This is Hollywood superstar Hugh Jackman. Welcome to Series 4 of the Dad Tales podcast. These two are the real greatest showmen. Sit back and enjoy.
I'm going to definitely cut this bit out.
So the question is...
We don't ever find the answer out. But that's like being in between like your mum and your dad.
Hang on for a second. We've had that one. What are you talking about? So what was the age? Yeah, 17%. I'm bouncing.
So give us a nod when it starts to go off and we'll
Yeah,
wrap it up.
Wrap it up, yeah.
Just got fuck this shit.
New studio again.
Yeah,
Let's move from our studios.
moving around the house. Maybe we could build the podcast studio.
No,
I'd like a caravan. Just do it in a caravan.
I'd never get in a caravan with you.
Again.
You've
never been in a caravan?
No, we have acres. I don't like caravans.
What about a tent?
I couldn't
Why
camp
do
with
you
you.
like caravans?
I don't know. They appeal. I sleep in one of them, sleeper pod things.
Yeah. What about one of the things that go on your car roof? Have you seen that?
A pop-up thing. Pop-up
Yeah.
thing. I don't know how they work.
They're right expensive.
I don't know how they work though.
This is
Episode.
season 4, episode 69.
Lovely job.
This is the end of this season. Do you know how many episodes that is, just out of interest? 69 times 4?
Oh, I thought you meant how many episodes of 69 episodes. I'm like,
69.
what are you talking about? You loser.
Why did we choose 69 and then move on?
I don't know, because you're a child, that's why. You are a child.
We didn't really come to an end of the season 1, did we? And we kind of, we should really maybe think about like having seasons.
Yeah.
Not that anything massively changed in the middle. And I think it was about that.
Yeah.
This is episode 276.
276, is that right, maths?
69 times 4. So I mean, somebody will tell us if we're wrong.
120, 280, 32. Yeah.
Carry the 4, move the 9.
Yeah.
Dot the T, cross the I.
I think you're about right.
276 episodes. I think that's pretty impressive. Because you got me into podcasts, actually. It was you that had said about, I think it was Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant's podcasts. And that's when I started listening to them. And since we've been doing this, I also listen to a lot of other ones. And there's been loads that have come and gone.
Oh, yeah.
People have done it and tried it and gone,
yeah. It's the new popular thing to do, I think.
I think it is again now. I think it was, and then it sort of, I'm not saying it went away, but I think media's changing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people now are on a...
Actually, some people, I think, and don't get me wrong, we've got a podcast. What makes us think of it? There's some people I'm thinking, how have you got a podcast? But I do think that about myself, because I do appreciate you don't have to have any financial pushing behind you to have a podcast.
No, and nobody can say if you can have one.
Yeah, though,
You
yeah.
can't just go on
But
TV.
there's some people that are in like a paid position on a podcast.
Yeah. I think, though, that's why this has become popular, is because then people can they don't have to be about mainstream TV, and it does pay. Yeah. It don't pay us.
No, it don't pay us. There was what? Well, we got on TV from it. That was a glory day.
For being on
TV. That was a glory day. Yeah. I used to listen to one with like Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I don't like Dungeons and Dragons. I don't get Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
But it's like a role play thing. And they used to...
I like dressing up.
Yeah. And they used to do it, but they used to just like really funny about it. And as much as I didn't know what was going on with the Dungeons and Dragons thing, they was really funny. Oh. And it just stopped. It was Americans, you know what I mean? Because it was like 4 mates get together. And then I think he's called a dungeon master. And
yeah, that makes
sense. That right? And then so he's like talking to him, and they're going like, and they've got characters and stuff like that. And I used to find myself laughing at it, but not knowing what's going on. But because they were funny, there was quite funny people.
Do you think that's when, if anybody listens to this, that they think, I have no idea what's going on, but these guys are funny?
Their chemistry is good. Yeah, they work well together.
So we've decided, haven't we? We're
stopping. That's it. Right enough.
We've jobbed up now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a break during summer, and all being well, we'll come back after summer with something new, something different, a reinvention possibly. So we've just been spitballing a few ideas, and thought, why don't we just stick it on and record it?
Yeah,
spitball these ideas.
Yeah, we've come to the point where we started doing the last few topics and thinking. Sometimes we do a topic and I think, have we done this?
Yeah.
I can't quite work out if we have or haven't, because we've done that many. What was it, 276? 76. So there's going to be a bit of overlap. But I'm sure the last couple I was like, I'm sure we've done this.
Yeah, I think there is, and I think that there's certainly times when we've repeated stories, but I don't think you can not do that. It's
No.
276 episodes, for goodness sake.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I bumped into somebody and they said, "I still do a podcast." Like, yeah, and they said the best stories they've been at. I don't recall me talking about shit in the bag and
we definitely did.
Did we?
Must have.
early
Not a
doors.
chance we've gone through 276 episodes.
Oh, was it? We're talking about shit himself. Anyway, and there was like, "Oh, you talking about shit and thing?" I was like,
That's probably every other episode.
did I talk about that? I was like, "Oh yeah, it's still my favourite episode." I'm like, "Still your favourite?" How many have you listened to?
It's the only one to listen to. Surely, if somebody's listened to that one, they've definitely listened to a second one after that.
You'd like to think that was good gear, but that must be really early.
As well, we have changed. We have, I suppose, through the seasons, it's developed, hasn't it? Because we've had to.
Yeah.
We can't just keep talking about what, as parents, we've done during the week.
Yeah, because that's how we started, and then that sort of. I mean, yeah, because they talk about like parent problems
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But there's only so much you can do with that. I mean, I've only had so many catastrophes or
For every week.
Yeah.
Every week, there's only so many times you can.
And then
go.
every week I just talk about kids' football.
Yeah.
Everyone's done this. No one's done that.
Which probably is what we've done. And then we lead on to another topic.
Yeah.
And then topics could be absolutely anything. There's a lot of pub chat, I think, isn't there? But again, I still think that's what dads do. We do chat about random stuff. But we are looking for a reinvention of some variety. So we're after anybody's ideas of what we can do, and we're literally open to anything out here.
Within reason. I don't want an OnlyFans. We're sure for having an OnlyFans.
Why are you so frigid?
Yeah, I'm not a good looking guy.
We'll wear their masks. Have you ever seen them when there's like swingers talking about stuff? Like when I've watched documentaries of swingers, and they'll just wear like Batman masks. They're a bit frilly, do you know what I mean? Like a masquerade type. And I'm like, hang on, if I knew you, that wouldn't stop me from knowing who you are.
Well, I was thinking about Batman. Like,
yeah, Superman.
how do they not like? Yeah, Superman's worse. Glasses on, glasses off. The fuck? But yeah, like certain things I always think, what a load of shit. Batman used to always learn things. Like, surely he could pick his mouth out. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's like his nose and his thing. I'd like to think, could you that's me from that?
Yeah. Is that what you are, Tyson Fury? Actually, when you came in tonight, I thought it looked a bit like Gabby Agbonlahor. Oh.
What the hell?
He's fucking annoying as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's a sidebar. Yeah, so where did we start?
What's that?
Where did we go back to swingers?
Why did
How did we
we?
get to swingers?
Just grew up for anything, can I say?
Oh,
Not for
right,
anything.
yeah, we are. So we're after some ideas.
Yeah.
Do we do more video stuff? Do we have more guests? Do we do, I don't know, do we colour books and talk through them?
Oh,
Do you know what I do quite like?
No.
I quite like them reaction videos.
What reaction videos?
You've watched.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
You know-
I thought you meant when we've done it, yeah.
No, we haven't done that.
Oh, we're doing that commentary thing. Is that what you're on about?
Yeah, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
There's some great ones about Americans watching England football chants
Oh,
because we're vicious, aren't we?
yeah.
And you'll see them and go like, oh yeah, it's very... He's like, what?
Yeah.
They're always quite amusing.
Yeah.
So do we do stuff like that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we?
I saw a good one where there was somebody and they've never listened to that genre of music and they was listening to it and they was like, oh, it's pretty good. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
let's be very stereotypical, like rap music. That's what they listen to.
Never listen
But then
to
they're
it.
listening to country and western or pop and they're like, oh, I quite like this. But like absolute belters that we know, do you know what I mean? Like, God, it's an absolute classic. I've
How have you got through life?
never heard of that. Do you know what I mean?
That's a lot of that stuff with like films though that I've never seen. I mean, do we do a book club? Do we read a book every week?
I can't read a book in a week. as much as I'd like to think I could,
52 books a year.
you would not have me read a book in a week. I tell
What?
you that for a fact. There's a challenge there.
I can imagine you reviewing Roger Red Hat.
I'm going to say, go start Hungry Caterpillar. I can manage that one in a week.
Could you?
I genuinely don't think I could read a book in a week.
No. And yeah, so
That's how.
don't suggest
We could do a film review, because that's big.
Could we?
And I could educate you in watching films. You
Yeah.
give me a film to watch, I give you a film to watch. And we've got to watch that film, and then you come back.
We could take it in turns, do a film a week.
Yeah, and you review it. And have our own, like, we could call it Dad Tales. Do you know the Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
You rate it out of whatever.
Rotten Tales.
Hey, we're building here. We're building.
Who's writing these down?
There could be something in that, you know.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I don't want to overstep it, but you could have a music album you got to listen to, a movie.
Would we have to pay for Spotify?
No, because we say, right, go listen to this, and you come back and critique it. But music's so personal. Like I've got such a spectrum of music, and the fact that I can listen to very hard thrash metal like Slipknot and stuff.
There's one to click.
Yeah. I can listen to country and western. I can appreciate it. Like mine goes right across the board.
Yeah. I've always said when everybody asks me about music, I don't have a genre. It depends what kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah, I'm saying.
To listen to it.
Like
there's options to do that in there. Review stuff. I've always quite liked that idea.
Yeah.
You know, how's your, I don't know, your lawnmower this week?
So there's something in that. Could we, without spending, the problem is with that is, I think that's a good idea, but we buy something and then review that product.
Yeah.
But then that's us then having to go to that company to say, can you send us this to then review this product?
Yeah, because I did a thing before when I was emailing companies about days out and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was all pretty much going, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. But it's very time consuming, isn't it? And, you know, Alton Towers was on the verge, and then they asked me for the link tree, and it remember when it stopped working, and I just never got around to sorting out.
Yeah.
So anything like that, but then you're kind of thinking, we'll plan that for months and months.
Yeah.
And we're both busy people.
Yeah.
So we've got to kind of consider this. Or do we give it to somebody else to do? Give it to one of the listeners and go, right, there's an Alton Towers day, go do it. In fact, I did one, didn't I? Got one for a trampoline park, and then fucking COVID happened.
Oh, yeah.
I've still got it in there. I think it'll be expired now.
I think just a little bit.
But yeah, anything like that. One of the listeners, go take your family out, go do that.
We'd have to get a bit of a following going for that to work, if that makes sense.
So for that to happen, people need to listen. So if you need to listen, you need to be listening to something that you want to listen to. If you want to listen to it, you need to tell us what the fuck you want to listen to. It's all on you, basically.
You three people need to
tell your friends.
Tell your friends to tell us what you want to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's something there with comedy as well, I think, somewhere along the lines. Especially with what you do. I know.
I've met a lot of people recently as well.
Yeah.
That are on a journey, should we say.
Yeah.
I think they'd potentially be interested in doing some promo work. Maybe that would spread the word a bit, because you like to think when guests come on, they tell their friends and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. I mean, do we like splinter it as well a little bit, where it's like, so 1 week it's a guest, 1 week it's maybe the movie review. Do you get what I mean? So there's like, it's not the same thing every week, but then once a month we're reviewing a movie. Once a month we're talking to somebody around comedy potentially. But then we'd need another 2 topics that sort of we're homing in on. So you've got this like cycle of. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause, like Frank Skinner and that do that a little bit, don't they? They're like,
yeah, they kind of do. I think a lot of podcasts do that, don't they? I mean, some of them are doing 2-3 episodes a week.
Yeah.
We have.
I don't
commit to that, can we? We can't commit to that.
Because like Richard Osman, they do the questions and answer one, and then they do the actual topic one.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe if we had like that going on like a cycle.
Yeah, each week. Because the other thing as well is, again, probably just my own taste, is that I can't commit to listening to 2 a week of the same one. I listen to say 5 or 6 regular ones. Yeah. So then adding a couple of them do an extra one a week.
Yeah. Well, I've got loads backed up that I've not listened to because I don't have a chance anymore. I don't commute anymore.
Yeah.
And that's when I used to do a lot of heavy listening. And yeah, I just listen to music now. I go through fits and starts where I'd rather listen to music at the moment for some reason. Just in my mindset, how my mind's working.
Do we almost do little recordings individually? So just sat there at your desk at work and just do a little 2-minute fucking knobhead over there.
Nobody wants to listen to me ranting and raving at work.
I think I would. I have so many times. I don't know. That would be quite therapeutic for me to just. But then we don't need it, or just about anything. You know what I mean? I would look out the window and go, "Fucking knobhead's parked on the
on the grass."
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. It's an hard one because, like I say, we've done what we've done, and we do think we've maybe got to the end of that
style.
Yeah, but it's where we go next. And the other thing as well is, do we continue with the branding of Dad Tales, or do we rebrand the name altogether and start again?
I suppose that's going to depend on what we're going to discuss, or how it's going to look.
Yeah.
But again, we're open to any type of suggestions of how that's going to be. Do we not even tell people we're going to do it? Just blank record it?
We just told them.
Yeah, but
We just told everyone we're going
there's
to.
always a flaw to my plan.
Let's not tell anybody what we've just been talking about for the last 15 minutes.
Do we just talk about shit in the news?
Again, this is come back to that time stamping thing.
Yeah.
And without getting behind the curtain, there's sometimes when we pre-record things to allow a bit of ease on our busy schedules.
Well, that is the thing as well, because I'm sure we've got one more pre-record that's in the bag. So this one will go out as season 4, episode 69. For this, as a treat,
Bonus.
there's a bonus one. We've recorded it as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was about. I don't even know when it was recorded. In fact, I put a pre-record out the other week because I couldn't do a night that we had. And we recorded that one back in February.
Wow.
So I'm sure I listened to it just to kind of see when it was. I'm sure we talked about that pancake day and stuff. So yeah, so we do, as all podcasts do. They have to do a pre-record because there's times when something happens.
Yeah.
You know, one of us is busy doing other stuff, and we've all got busy weeks. So that is obviously something to take into consideration to do things that's going to be timed out. So if you talk about the news or we talk about sport or whatever it might be, then it's got to be that week.
Yeah.
Or you fill in with something else, don't you? We go, right, like say, I don't know what's been on telly this week, for instance. Then the next week we could record about a movie.
Yeah.
Or something. Do you know what I mean? I suppose there's ways around it, isn't there?
Yeah. Could you read a book in a month?
I haven't read a book in about 4 years.
Because I was thinking you could have a book a month, a movie a month, a guest a month. No, we just need a fourth one.
I think having a guest on a month would be good.
Yeah.
I quite like that idea. And I think that doesn't take that much planning. And if we had a pre-record that the guest couldn't make it one week, there's something else to go in it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Or we do 2 or 3, get them backed up, and then if somebody does, we'll play that one. So
that's what I was thinking. We could do the pre-records for the month, if that makes sense, with a guest tied
just
into
bring
it.
them out.
And then just bring them out.
Once a
1, 2,
month.
3, 4.
Yeah.
And then we start again.
Yeah.
It does limit our get-together.
Well,
which I do like.
That's why we started doing this, and I think it's important that for us that we continue doing that. It's just how we do it, isn't it? Do we go for a driving car?
No, I don't like your driving.
You don't, yeah.
No.
Do we go find a dogging spot?
No. I knew that. I knew that was coming.
Literally.
If I wrote that down, I could have. As soon as you said let's go for a drive, I thought I was going to say dogging in a minute.
Bingo, innit? Andy Bingo. All 4
So
corners.
predictable.
I know. So people write in, let us know what they want to see, what they want to hear, what we can do. But do they set us challenges to do? Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know. Do you want to just talk through, or do you just want to listen to the crap that we talk about and continue doing this?
Yeah.
Because I often think, I want every week, what have we done this week? I don't know what I've done. I
Yeah.
don't know what I've done that's exciting enough to tell somebody about.
My problem is I can't remember past Friday. So we're recording on Monday and I can't remember past Friday what I've done. I could have done something absolutely amazing
Tuesday,
Wednesday, Thursday, and I ain't got a freaking clue what I've done. And it's like, what have you done? Well, I know I've just come off the back of a footballing weekend or something on the weekend.
Yeah. I often think about what I've done on the weekend, and if I have a weekend where I haven't done anything or nothing, we have to do them scrap out. So I've got to clean my car, I've got to cut grass. They're not exciting to talk about. I know it's everything that we've got. I've got all the shit.
Yeah. Hey, my car passed MOT.
Well done, so did mine.
So I was so surprised at mine. But actually, tell a lie, I've got a little bit of story here for you.
Oh, come on, let's finish off season 4, episode 69 with a belter.
Because I'm absolutely proud of myself here. So I'm not handy.
No, I'm not.
You're
I'm
handy.
You're Leon.
So I'll have a go at things though. Yeah, I'll have a go at things. So car fails MOT because the
You just said it passed.
No. So initially it's passed now. We're good and road legal. So picks it up. Oh, it's failed on. The brake lights aren't working on both sides, on side and near side. Is that right? Offside, near side. Anyway, brake lights aren't working. go get them fixed, and we can pass it. That's all it needs repairing. Goes to the shop, and I need some bulbs for my brake lights. Looks up on computer and goes, oh yeah, it's these. Gives me the bulbs. I then go out to my car. I had the ratchet thing. I had some. It took the bolts off anyway. So I took the lights out. Went to go change the bulb. I'm like, this doesn't take bulbs. It takes LEDs. So I bought back in the shop and go, it's the big bulbs there. It's LEDs. And it's like, oh. So I came out and had a look. I mean, the guy was brilliant. Came out and looked and went, oh yeah, you can't replace the LEDs. You have to buy the whole new set. He said it's like so Audi cars, when it's all LEDs, you take the whole thing off and place a whole new housing on. So I thought, oh Christ.
That's convenient, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought, oh Christ. But they last like 400 times longer than a bulb will, if that makes sense. It shouldn't pop.
Yeah.
But somehow both might have failed anyway. So goes back on the internet, has a look, looking for it. Guess how much each headlight cassette is?
I'm going to say a couple of £100.
Yeah, 136 quid for one, and then 136 quid for another one. I was like, shit. I was like, oh,
cars worth.
I know, big time. So I was proper looking around everywhere, and then I ordered some, thinking, right, I'll get them here because I've got 10 days to get them here, get them on, and take it back from BMOTs. And then something popped in my head, and I thought, if I go to a scrapyard, I'll be able to take some off an old one.
Yeah.
So look, Googling scrapyards, found one in Hull. Went straight to Hull. Have you got any Qashqai, da-da-da's? He's like, yeah, there's one on that car and there's one on that car. I take them off. So he's like, I'll leave you to it. Can you take them off? I was like, yeah. He said, he quoted a price yet. Did they quote you a price? I was like, no, I've just turned up on the fly. He was like, all right, 6 quid for a pair. And I was like, I tell you what, because I'm gambling, could make it 4 quid for a pair. Anyway, he said, yeah, as long as you take them off. And I was like, done. So I went to go take them off. And I couldn't get the boot open. So the boot went up. They had a car stacked on one. So the one I was trying to get off was on the first top, if that makes sense.
Oh, so it's on top of another car?
Yeah. So I had to like climb up to a boot. Couldn't open the bloody boot. So I went back to him and said, I can't open the boot.
It's 50 quid now.
Well, here he goes. He goes, I tell you what, I'll do it, but it's going to cost you 50 quid. I was like, done. So went outside the scrappers, went there, comes out with 2 things. I was like, get in. I had to drive back to school because I forgot I want in that car, I went in the other car. Gets back to school, takes it off, plugs them in, pops it on. Brake lights working. What a bonus.
Nice work.
So 50 quid, I saved myself a pretty bit. And I just drove it straight around to the car garage and went, I've done it, I've sorted it anyway. But he said, just put your foot on brake. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Went back into his office, re-updated it, give me a piece of paper. I was like,
off you go, back in the car, falls off.
He passed his MOT. I don't care, it's road legal. Big tick in that box. I was so proud of myself that not only did I, because even the other one to come in, I'd still have to fit it myself, but the fact that I went, and I went to the scrappers and got it. I even attempted to get it off the scrap car myself. Attempted.
I'm proud of you for the haggling.
Yeah.
That's how we call it.
Yeah. Because I thought, you're going to give me these, and if they don't work, because these cars, they've been absolutely stripped off. So, like, one of them, he was like, so I went right back on one of them. It had nothing. So I want to take a bumper, take an headlights, take a boot off it. And he's like, well, that's got no on it. And he was like, I think there's one on that one. So I went to another one. And he was like, yeah, there's driver's side on that one, but there's another one down there. Let's go look at it.
Yeah, because you don't need colours, do you? It's
no.
Left and right.
Yeah. And I was looking at there was there. Do you know what I mean? He's like, ooh, we've got one of each.
Nice work.
So
well done, you.
I know. Do you know what I mean? I was so pleased with myself.
Do you know what? We started this podcast with talking about small victories.
Yeah.
I think we end this
on a small victory.
On a large victory.
Yeah.
A large victory. Right. Let's wrap it up. Do get in touch. Instagram. What's the email? dadtales@outlook.com.
Might be that. Might be something else by the time you come back.
Instagram. Have we still got a Facebook page?
Yeah.
Somewhere there.
Yeah, Dad Tales on Facebook. Instagram,
TikTok.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't have Twitter actually. I don't have TikTok either.
Well, it's on there. I'll sort the correspondence. We'll keep it to the admin team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't need it.
The
admin sort it out.
Let the behind the scenes look after
Yeah.
that. So get in touch. What do you want to hear? What do you want to see? What do you want us to do? We'll be back soon. We will have a bit of an announcement, I'm sure. It's like that Channel 4 girl that comes on.
Yeah. That should scare me.
She did me as
well. The chalkboard. The one with the chalkboard. It should really scare me, that.
Right. Keep smiling.
Stay safe, mate.
Thank you for listening right to the end of this week's podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at dad_tales_ or get involved by emailing us at dadtales@outlook.com. You can also now join our Facebook page by searching Dad Tales.
Keep the feedback coming. We are genuinely humbled by all the input and the comments you are providing us. Stay safe, celebrate small victories, and keep smiling.